Have you ever walked away from a conversation feeling empty? Not because it went badly, but because it felt so surface level. You listened deeply, you picked up on the unspoken emotions, you understood exactly what the other person was really feeling, yet they barely scratched the surface with you. And afterward, instead of feeling connected, you felt more alone. If that resonates, you're not broken. You're not antisocial. You're likely high in emotional intelligence. And paradoxically, that very gift often comes with a hidden cost: isolation. Today, we're diving deep into why emotionally intelligent people frequently feel disconnected, even in rooms full of people. This isn't about social failure, it's about psychological clarity in a world that often rewards shallowness. Let's start with what emotional intelligence actually is. Emotional intelligence, or EI, isn't just being nice or sensitive. It's the ability to recognize, understand, and manage your own emotions while accurately perceiving and influencing the emotions of others. It includes self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills. People high in EI notice things others miss: the slight tension in someone's voice, the micro-expression of hurt behind a smile, the mismatch between words and body language. They feel emotions more vividly, not just their own, but the emotional undercurrents in every interaction. That heightened awareness changes everything. First reason, you see through the masks. In many social settings, work happy hours, casual group chats, even family gatherings, people default to performative, surface-level communication. Small talk, jokes to deflect, curated positivity. It's efficient, it's safe, it's culturally rewarded. But when you're emotionally intelligent, those masks stand out like neon signs. You sense the loneliness behind the "I'm fine," the insecurity masked as confidence, the resentment hidden in passive-aggressive comments. You can't unsee it. And here's the painful part: most people aren't ready or willing to go deeper. When you gently probe or respond with real empathy, it can feel intrusive to them. They might change the subject, laugh it off, or pull away. So you end up carrying the emotional weight of interactions alone. You understand them far more than they understand you, or even want to be understood. That one-way mirror creates distance. You're present for them emotionally, but they're rarely present for you in the same way. Second reason, empathy fatigue and mismatched depth. High EI often means high empathy. You absorb emotions like a sponge. You feel the collective mood of a room. You anticipate needs before they're spoken. In fast-paced, individualistic cultures, like many modern workplaces or urban social scenes, this level of attunement is exhausting. People move quickly, swipe right/left on relationships, chase productivity, prioritize convenience over depth. You crave meaningful connection, conversations where vulnerability is mutual, where emotions are explored rather than glossed over. But those are rare. Most interactions stay shallow because depth requires time, risk, and emotional labor that many avoid. So you find yourself pulling back, not out of arrogance but self-protection. Why invest deeply when it's rarely reciprocated? Over time, that self-protection turns into isolation. You choose solitude over superficiality because solitude feels more honest. Third reason, you hold yourself, and others, to higher emotional standards. Emotionally intelligent people tend to value authenticity. You regulate your emotions well, so fake enthusiasm or suppressed anger feels inauthentic to you. You notice when others aren't doing the same. This leads to disappointment. You see patterns: friends who only call when they need something, partners who avoid tough conversations, colleagues who weaponize positivity to dodge accountability. Because you understand emotional dynamics so clearly, betrayal or inconsistency hurts more acutely. You don't just feel hurt, you understand exactly why it happened, which can make forgiveness harder. You intellectualize the pain while still feeling it deeply. The result? Trust erodes. You become more selective about who gets close. Fewer people make the cut. Your circle shrinks, not because you're elitist, but because quality matters more than quantity. Fourth reason, the loneliness of being the understanding one. There's a quiet tragedy in being the person everyone turns to for emotional support. Friends vent to you, Family leans on your insight. Coworkers seek your advice on interpersonal drama. You're great at holding space, but who holds space for you? Often no one. Because people assume you're fine. You're the strong one, the empathetic one, the one who always gets it. They don't realize that your emotional radar works both ways. You feel their pain vividly, but you also feel the absence when no one mirrors that back to you. This creates an imbalance. You're giving emotional labor without receiving it. Over years, that imbalance accumulates into profound loneliness. Fifth reason, modern culture amplifies the disconnect. We live in an era of curated lives, social media highlight reels, productivity culture, constant busyness. Emotional intelligence clashes with that. You see the performative nature of it all. You notice how fear of missing out drives shallow bonding. You sense the underlying anxiety everyone is trying to outrun. In a world that equates connection with likes, followers, and quick chats, your desire for depth feels out of sync. It's not that you're antisocial, it's that the dominant social script doesn't match your wiring. Studies and psychological observations back this up. While high EI often buffers against depression from loneliness by helping regulate emotions, it doesn't prevent the loneliness itself. In fact, greater awareness can heighten the perception of disconnection. You feel the gap more keenly because you see it so clearly. So, is this just the price of emotional intelligence? A life of clearer sight but fewer companions? Not entirely. The same clarity that isolates you can guide you toward better connections. Emotionally intelligent people often thrive in smaller, intentional circles. Deep friendships, therapy-informed relationships, communities built around shared values like growth or authenticity. You learn to communicate your needs. I value depth. Can we talk about how you're really feeling? You set boundaries around emotional labor. You seek out others who operate on the same wavelength, people who aren't afraid of real talk. And sometimes, the loneliness itself becomes a teacher. It sharpens your self-compassion. It reminds you that true connection is rare and precious. It pushes you toward solitude that's nourishing rather than empty. If you're emotionally intelligent and feeling isolated right now, know this. It's not a character flaw. It's evidence of your depth in a world that often skims the surface. You're not alone in feeling alone. Many of the most perceptive, caring people walk this path. The key is recognizing that your clarity is a strength, even when it hurts. And when you do find those rare souls who meet you at your level, the connection feels electric. Worth every quiet night you spent wondering why no one else seemed to get it. Because you weren't wrong. You were just seeing more clearly. Thank you for listening to this deep dive. If this spoke to you, take a moment today to honor your emotional awareness. It's a gift, even on the lonely days. Until next time, stay real.